One thing I did want to mention in the Tinkerer episode, that particular chapter felt like an anime to me. It's just like
Well,
like
yeah,
there's
he
this
has the
big
bag.
dude,
Yeah,
he's got the sword, and he's just
yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna win, and then the hero comes, and he's like, oh, and they fight, and then like the end they're friends, and he joins the group, and it just feels like a
That's funny.
standalone anime episode. And then I'm thinking like in everything I've ever heard about Robin Hood. Watt of the Crab Staff, I've never heard of this guy. So he's sort of this like one-off, like filler episode where like we get to see Robin Hood be a hero, and then I'm curious to see if he comes up in the Howard Pyle book ever again. Like
Mm.
Little John has shown up a bunch of times, so he's obviously a
Hmm.
main character. But this guy gets a whole chapter, and then all we hear is that he sings songs for them, but he gets replaced later by this famous minstrel. So like he doesn't even get to be the singer guy. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that would be, yeah, I don't know if he appears later, it'd be good to see, but he doesn't seem like a main character like John. But are there any other main characters in Robin Hood's band? But maybe we can only, there's a certain limited kind of number of characters that the human mind probably can kind of keep track of, right? There's like all these other people that you vaguely know, and then there's people that are sort of like real characters in your mind, kind of like real people, where you're seeing different aspects in different times. I know later in the story, it'd be interesting to get to this. Little John joins the sheriff of Nottingham's band.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
yeah, and for the same pay too. Like I don't know if there's something to be drawn from that, but I believe he's given 3 suits of whatever Lincoln Green or whatever the sheriff of Nottingham's men and 40 marks and all the feasting he can do, whatever, all the
Wow. Yeah, what a mirroring. That's crazy. Yeah,
uh,
we'll have to get to that one. That's
mm.
neat.
But
Sounds
yeah,
like
this
fun.
this was yeah, the Tinker is, I can see the anime character comparison because he is, like, it describes how he has his bag and his hammer, his crab staff that's very thick, thicker than a man's arm or something like that. And yeah, he's very boastful. He's already getting drunk when he's, and he's bragging about carrying around the warrant with the seal in his bag, and yeah, he's kind of a fun, foolish character.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking now like it would have been fun if in the third scene, the third story where we have Will Stutley getting captured by the sheriff, it'd be really funny if it was the Crabstaff guy that was like, "Oh, let me do it. I know the sheriff. I can go trick him." And he goes and he gets captured and like that would be, but they might recognize him. I don't know. But I like that mirroring of like of him sort of being won over by Robin Hood and then being captured by the sheriff and rescued by Robin Hood again. It sort of gives his character, it would give his character like an interesting flavor, but
Hmm.
I did not write it, so.
Yeah. But what is interesting to you about that? Like he would try to be the hero. He was trying to be the hero sort of before, right? To serve the warrant, right? He's trying to be at the vanguard. And then later it would be funny for him to again be at the vanguard and again have a pratfall.
Um, let's see. Yeah, I mean it's the like
He's like a pick me.
I'm thinking of it sort of like he's paying his dues, right? So he's like he's going against Robin Hood and trying to serve the warrant. And then Robin Hood sort of beats him and wins him over.
Mm,
But I could see it being um I'm like he's you're not quite sure if you can trust him. Like, oh, he was trying to arrest Robin Hood. Maybe this is all a trick that he's just trying to sneak in and like bonk Robin Hood over the head when he's sleeping and like take him to the sheriff at that point. Like maybe he's trying
mm,
to be tricky. He's not really on our side. Everybody's suspicious of him.
mm,
And then but he's like, no, I'm gonna go get the information from the sheriff. And there's a
mm,
little bit of a dramatic tension of like, is he or is he going to the sheriff to report where Robin Hood is? Was he
mm,
behind the scenes the whole time? And then we find out, no, he is genuinely on Robin Hood's side. He's going to be hung. He's offering to fight the sheriff, and they're like, okay, he's a good man. We're going to go rescue him. Like it would
yeah.
be sort of a cleansing for his character of suspicion.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's good. you could even depending on how much detail you wanted the story to go into, you could have him, let's say he's when he tries to to rescue Will Stutley, he may be captured. He may have like a night of reckoning where the 5% of him that still doesn't like Robin Hood or something, or still isn't completely with them, he goes through some kind of reckoning. He could have some kind of interaction with someone else in the jail about that, or something like that. He sees something of how corrupt the sheriff is, or something that kind of changes him. And yeah,
That's a good idea. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, we can do a better job with this. Sorry, Howard Pyle.
it'd be funny if we, yeah, we maybe we could ever. I don't know. That might be fun. I never would see myself writing these kinds of things before, but yeah, it's kind of interesting, and
Yeah,
maybe even in animation.
yeah, yeah.